Hello everyone, welcome back, and I'm here to be talking about my reactions and predictions on the 92nd Academy Awards. The Oscar nominations came out, and I'm here to just give my thoughts on it because I did that last year, and it did pretty well for me. Over 200 views, pretty excellent, and I actually have some stuff I want to say about this one because I feel like this is probably the best one that we've seen in years because I actually agree with most of the films that were nominated, thank goodness. But so I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna give my thoughts on some of the categories. I'm gonna try to be pretty quick through. I don't want to be here for like 30 minutes or anything. So, and also before I get into it, not all of the categories I'll talk about because I don't have really anything to say about every single category, like the short film or documentary and stuff. So I'm just gonna do the ones that I feel like I can talk about. All right, so for the first category is Best Supporting Actress. Yeah, as you see this one, this is a pretty great category right here. You have a lot of really talented people in this one, so I don't really feel like there were that many snubs per se. Like, I mean, Scarlett Johansson, Jojo Rabbit, I thought was phenomenal, and Kathy Bates and Richard Jewell. Those are the major two that I would like to win for this. I wouldn't be surprised if Laura Dern won for Marriage Story. She's been winning a couple of these other award shows, and she was great too. So either of those three, really. But I think it might be Laura Dern that wins. But yeah, that's here's it for costume design. Yeah, now this is a pretty well done category as well for all the people nominated. Like, naturally, pretty much everything that Joker's nominated for, I would like it to win. But if Joker doesn't win, then I guess Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because it really did capture the feel of the 60s and the era of the time that the movie takes place in. So that would be pretty cool. So yeah, either that or Joker, really, one of those two. Oh, also Jojo Rabbit had some great costume design as well. So one of those three. Like, really, there isn't really that much to say about some of these. When I get to the major ones, then I can start ranting about stuff that should have been nominated. All right, here's a ranting one, you guys. So get ready. This is for best score. Now, Joker easily the best out of these movies that were mentioned here. Joker had the best score. It's been winning. It won at the Critics' Choice and Golden Globes, so I'm pretty sure it'll win. But to not have Avengers Endgame in here is a crime. It is ridiculous. And to have The Rise of Skywalker, it's one of the most forgettable Star Wars scores I've ever heard. It's unmemorable. I don't remember anything about it. And the only memorable parts are parts from the original trilogy that they had mixed in with this film. So that's not good. And it just a side note, it baffles me that none of the prequel scores were ever nominated, even though those are some of the best music in Star Wars history, in my opinion. Like, they're phenomenal, and they carried those movies. Because people say the movies are trash and all, which they kind of are, but the one thing that everyone agreed on was the music was excellent. So it just baffles me that none of those were nominated. But yet all these new ones from this new trilogy are nominated, and most of the music is forgettable and unmemorable. It may be fine when you're watching it in the movie, but you can't remember it after. It just doesn't stick with you like some of these other scores do. I still listen to Infinity War score from time to time. That score is phenomenal. It was never nominated. Endgames now was never nominated. They did what they did with all these other comic book films. They just put in the best visual effects category. It's so ridiculous. I'm sick of this. I'm so glad for Joker getting some of these nominations, and people, even though they're like, oh, it's trash and da da da, it's ridiculous. I'm so annoyed at this lack of respect for this genre for comic book movies. It's just gets me so annoyed, man. But on a side note, the other movies that had their scores nominated, Marriage Story, 1917, I mean, those three were pretty great. 1917's especially was really good. But for me, Joker has to be the one that wins for me. But I wouldn't be mad if 1917 or Marriage Story won, because at least I like those. If Rise of Skywalker wins, that's going to be some nonsense right there. I haven't watched Little Women, so I can't judge that. But yeah. I guess I'll touch on this one real quick, because there's only one I saw in this category, but it was so good that it might actually win. Best Animated Short Film. Yeah, the one I saw was Hair Love because it played at the beginning of the Angry Birds movie 2 when I saw it with one of my friends I met up with a few months ago. And honestly, that short was pretty great. Like, it was really sweet. It was nice. The animation was pretty different from other types of animation that I would watch. So, I thought it was really cute. And honestly, I think that should win. But I haven't seen the others. But I just wanted to get that out there. Hair Love was really good, guys. You should give it a watch. I think it's on YouTube. So give it a watch. It was pretty great. Here we are for Best Supporting Actor. Tom Hanks, like, honestly, the man could do no wrong. He is great in pretty much every movie. He was great as Walt Disney in Saving Mr. Banks, one of my all-time favorite films. He was great in Castaway and Forrest Gump. Like, the list goes on. He's even great as Woody in the Toy Story movies. And if he, I don't think he's gonna win though, because he hasn't been getting that many nominations, let alone wins at some of these award shows. But the one that won at least twice that I know of is Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think he's actually gonna win this, guys. He's gonna get an Oscar because he won at the Golden Globes and Critics' Choice, and rightfully so. He did a fantastic job. I thought he was great, so I'm really happy for him. But Al Pacino in The Irishman, I would like to see win too. Like, he really carried the movie in some parts for me because he was really entertaining. He never was dull for me like some of the other performances. He was really funny and just over dramatic, and every time he gets into like his screaming matches in there, it was pretty excellent. I mean, he did a great job capturing that movie and its long runtime. So if he was the win or Brad Pitt was the win, I'd be really happy. All right, production design. Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty sure 1917 would win this because of just how well done like everything is in the surroundings and the how they I saw this one video from Insider, how they had miniature sets built to just maneuver on how for they were talking about the cinematography and all and how the camera would work, and they filmed some stuff during the day to make it look like nighttime and all, but to build all those props and stuff like in these long big battlefield like productions, and to just like it was just really flawless work. I thought it was pretty spectacular, so I wouldn't be surprised if it wins. Like 1917 I think is going to win a lot of these smaller awards, maybe even the director one because it won that twice from the Critics' Choice and Golden Globe, so that's a good sign. But I think it's going to definitely win this. But I mean, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood might win it as well because that was also really well done. Same with Jojo Rabbit. Like, these are some really well done production designs. Cinematography. Now, I would say Joker because I love that movie so much, but I mean, I would be too much of a fanboy to not say 1917 was the best. Like, that was some of the best cinematography I've seen in quite a while. So excellently well done. And I hear it's the same guy that did Blade Runner 2049, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I could be wrong, but I heard it is. And I'm like, because he did a great job there too. Like, this guy is really talented. I really hope that he does win this because I thought he did a great job for this film. Like, easily like some of the best I've seen in quite a while. But yeah, like most of these categories I can't really complain that much about, say for a few like I did with the score one, because there isn't really that much to really complain about. These are some really good choices. Oh, the visual effects category. Yep, the only one that Avengers Endgame was nominated for. It's nonsense. But I mean, I would say it to win this definitely. It definitely deserves it for sure. But if they, because last year they gave it the First Man over Infinity War, which was nonsense. So if they give the Irishman it, even though most of that, like those effects look like PS2 graphics in my opinion, like it looks bad at some parts. If they give it to that over Endgame, I'm gonna be so angry. Like, you have no idea. I'm gonna be very mad because like this is. I mean, Endgame should have got more nominations than this. I feel bad because they just keep putting out really excellent quality films. This was a 10-year build up. It was really great and all. So such a shame. But yeah, I mean, also 1917 was really well done as well. But I mean, if Endgame doesn't win, at least have it be something that deserves it, like 1917 or something. Like, just please. But oh my! And if the Lion King wins, I will be so. Ooh, I mean, it's really well done. But you guys already gave it to like Jungle Book in 2016. Don't repeat yourselves by doing that again. That would just be stupid. Like, we get it. It's animals. You did that with Jungle Book. Just come on now. Makeup and hairstyling. Joker for me, like there isn't really that much to say here. Like I just animated feature film. Now let's just get this out of the way. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, garbage. This should not even be in here. It's a disgrace. It is. I'm surprised Klaus is in here. That Christmas movie that Netflix released or whatever with Santa Claus or whatever. I didn't get to see it, but I've been hearing from people it's great. So maybe I'll give it a watch. But I'm happy that they got nominated here because they weren't nominated at the other award shows that I mentioned previously. So I mean, hey, good for them. Toy Story 4 got nominated, which if you've seen my sister's review, you know she thought it was garbage. And I think it's okay. Like I don't like it as much as I did when I first saw it, seeing all the critiques and stuff people had about it, and it actually makes sense to me. To not have Frozen 2 nominated is shocking to me. I was like, whoa, because it's usually given to give Disney these nominations, so I'm kind of surprised. And I mean, if I had to pick out of these categories, the only one that I saw that I liked, or to a degree, was Toy Story 4. But I mean, this was just not a good year for animation. I feel like the best animated thing I saw was Hazbin Hotel. That was the best, period. Like from just anything animated, whether it be a short on YouTube or whatever, that was easily the best. Like no contest. But for movie, it was Lego Movie 2. But they never get nominations for some reason. I guess they just hate Legos or something. I don't know. But this was just a meh year for animation, so whatever. Here we go for Best Original Song. Now, definitely Stand Up for Harriet was great. That song is fantastic, so I would love for that to win, but I wouldn't be mad if the Elton John song won. The I'm Gonna Love Me Again. I wouldn't be mad if that won. Those two songs were really good. That one and the Stand Up. So either of those I'd be fine with. I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away song from Toy Story 4 wins. Like, that's a joke song. That should not be nominated. Let alone if it wins, that would just be ridiculous. Like, it'll be funny, but it'll be dumb at the same time, if you know what I'm saying. Also, Into the Unknown was nominated, which, alright, cool, but which one? Is it the Idina Menzel one, or is it the Panic at the Disco one? Because it doesn't really specify. It just says who wrote the lyrics and stuff, but I mean, they were both fine, but I prefer Panic at the Disco, but that's just me. For Best Adapted Screenplay, I'm so surprised Joker got the nomination. I wasn't expecting it to actually get the nomination, so that was just whoa. But I mean, I love Joker, so of course I want that to win. But I mean, Jojo Rabbit was pretty great too. Same with The Irishman. Like those three, between those three, if one of those three win, I wouldn't be mad because I think they're all deserving. But if I had to pick, I would prefer Joker to win for sure. But for Best Original Screenplay, I mean, for me, like, it may not be my favorite out of this category, but Knives Out, because Rian Johnson has continuously shown that he likes to do stuff different, take risk, and do stuff that's out of the box. And this movie is really well written, really well acted, and it just did stuff with that genre that you usually wouldn't do, but they did it and they managed to actually make it work, and it's just really well done. So I would really like to see Knives Out win, especially since this is, I think, the only major nomination it got, unfortunately, which is sad. But I mean, like I said, 1917 was great. Same with Marriage Story, Once Upon a Time, and I haven't seen Parasite. I know, I'm sorry, but my theaters never got it nearby me. But yeah, I would prefer Knives Out to win this, if I'm honest with you. For Best Actor, Joaquin Phoenix. Easily Joaquin Phoenix. Nothing close. I mean, maybe you could have made an argument for Taron Egerton, but he didn't even get nominated, so Adam Driver was great too, but I mean, Joaquin, what he did was really like high tier acting in my opinion. I know everyone makes fun of it and trashes it, and they're gonna be like, oh, it's just like when Leonardo DiCaprio won for The Revenant because he kept not winning, so they're just gonna give it to him. That's honestly just talking down to these really talented actors, because The Revenant, I thought he did an excellent job, and it may not have been his best performance, but he did a really good job. And Joaquin's performance for this may not be his best for a lot of people's opinion, but I mean, it was still a great performance, all things considered. And he probably is going to win. He is the favorite to win. He's winning all these other nominations and stuff. But yeah, just what he did, how he made him feel bad for him, but at the same time, there's stuff wrong with him, and how you can feel bad for him and then be legitimately terrified of his character and all. Like, he did a great job. He lost so much weight for the role and just all this stuff. Like, I mean, I think he should win for sure. He did an excellent job. For Best Actress, I mean, Scarlett Johansson, I know people are making fun of that one scene, but that scene is terrific, and it's the peak of acting in that movie for me. And she just did a great job. She and Adam Driver did phenomenal. So I would really want Scarlett Johansson to win. I think she actually deserves this win. But I think Renee Zellweger for Judy. Now, I haven't seen Judy, so she may be better. But I think she's going to win because she's been winning a lot of the other awards. But, I mean, I'm really rooting for Scarlett Johansson. I thought she did great. For the Best Director Oscar, Todd Phillips got in. Wow, that's a great. I'm so surprised. I know everyone's making it this big speech on no female directors were nominated and da 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 and sexism, but I mean, even though a lot of female directors did a great job, me personally, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood director should have been nominated because I thought she did fantastic. But I mean, to downgrade all these really well done achievements from these directors, like, I mean, maybe they should up the category to maybe 10 or something instead of 5, because it's getting to a point where there's so many well-talented directors and stuff out there that people are going to get mad when their favorite doesn't get nominated, because Todd Phillips did an excellent job, and a lot of people disagree and all, but I still think he did a great job. And Quentin Tarantino, he's never won this award, and he keeps getting nominated, so I feel bad for this guy. I wouldn't be mad if he won, because he hasn't won yet. And he says he's stopping after his next film, so just give the man a win already. Martin Scorsese for The Irishman, that was a shoo-in, like, no doubt. He always gets nominated for this kind of stuff. 1917, like, that actually might win, because it's won the past couple awards for directing. Like, that's the major thing it keeps winning, so it might actually win that. And deservedly so. It was a really well-directed movie, so, but I mean, that might actually be the favorite to win. And I haven't seen Parasite, so I can't judge it. Here we are, guys, the major one for Best Picture. Wow, I really do like this lineup of movies, guys. I really do. Ford v Ferrari was fantastic. I'm so glad it got this major nomination. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was great. 1917 was fantastic. Joker, yes, I'm so happy. The second comic book film to get nominated for Best Picture. And it's in a row, because last year was Black Panther. And I feel this was way more deserving. So I'm glad. I'm so happy. Marriage Story was phenomenal and really well done. Irishman, I was a shoo-in, but I think it was really good as well. Jojo Rabbit getting in there. Like, that's great for you, Taika. I'm so happy for you. Parasite, like I said, I really want to see since it's getting all this buzz, but it hasn't come around yet. I really want to see it. And Little Women, like, I haven't seen that either. But, I mean, I hear it's good. It's just, I don't think it'd be my type of movie, so I don't want to go in and judge it because it's not my type of movie. But, I mean, I'd probably give it a watch at some point. But, yeah, like, this is easily a better lineup than last year and the year before's and all. Like, last year's had some movies I really liked, like A Star is Born, Bohemian, Black Panther. I mean, so this is a really good lineup of movies, and most of the films I really like are high up in my list. Like, if I saw 1917 last year, it would have been in my top 10, but I saw it this year. Joker's in my top 10. It's my favorite. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was up there. Jojo, The Irishman. Like, this is a great list of film, guys. So I'm happy. Like, this was a really great award season. I mean, I'm really sad that Avengers Endgame wasn't in here. I would have definitely put this in here for sure, but I mean, I had a feeling that one of these superhero movies would be getting the major critical and nominations and all. It turned out to be Joker. What a surprise. And even, like, I think they count that as their main popular film to have in here, because last year they did Black Panther to try to keep the ratings up. Joker was massively successful, so I think that was a factor, and they went all the way with Joker because it had the most nominations out of everyone else with 11. Pretty crazy stuff, but yeah, I mean, I'm not really surprised. I mean, this was a really well done award season. I feel I'm really curious to see who wins what come February 9th. And yeah, so basically, those are my thoughts and just all on who would win and stuff for this awards show. And if you guys liked the video, thank you all so much for watching. And who do you think's gonna win what come award season? If you want to comment down below, that'd be pretty great. And if you want to hit the subscribe button as well, hit the bell as well to get notified when I upload. That'd be pretty neat. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's SawyerSable or at SableSawyer. Again, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.